move the chat to there. Hello. Hello, hello. Is my sound off? Yeah, it's off. Can someone just let me know you can hear me okay? That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Surprisingly, we've had a very small amount of technical issues so far in the live stream series, which I don't even know how that's happened, but it's been surprisingly smooth so far, apart from my camera did fall off. My webcam fell off the top of my monitor one time, which you can see in one of the playbacks, which is quite funny, but yeah. Someone just let me know that you can hear me, please. I can hear you. Oh, great. Claudia, be careful, Powell speaks. Oh my gosh, what? When? What's going on? There's nothing saying he's speaking today. I don't see anything. Oh my gosh, no, this is literally last week. Oh. Okay, Powell speaks. Oh, Powell speaks in 4 minutes. Okay, well that's fine. We weren't gonna place any trades before then anyway, so that's absolutely fine. Awesome. So we'll wait for that and see what that brings us. Do we have red folder this morning? I feel like we did. Yeah, we had PMI this morning. So we can also look into what that did for. Oh, that is my FX replay. Let's just get rid of that. So we can see what the red folder brought us this morning as well. Can someone just let me know that my volume and stuff's okay? Just want to make sure everything's all good before I start yapping and forget to check the chat. Anyways, we'll go ahead with our chart analysis right now. Obviously, as you all know, I'm going to do it on NQ. I always do my chart analysis on NQ, even though I trade both. As you know, we're at all-time highs. It looks like the news may have shifted this slightly. We'll be able to see that a little bit clearer when we are back on some lower time frames. If we head to the 4-hour, we can see we're trading inside of a rather large 4-hour bullish fair value gap here, which is definitely worth noting. I think even if a really nice short setup does present itself, I think I will not take it on my funded, literally due to the fact that we are inside this huge bullish fair value gap on the 4-hour. So it's bound to cause some resistance taking shorts, even if that setup looks really clean. So that's something I'm going to note. If I take any shorts, it will not be on my funded accounts. If you guys didn't know, I currently have two funded accounts going on. I have this 50k 0 and this 150k standard account. So we've got two funded accounts on the go. Unfortunately, I can't copy trade between them both at the moment because they are different sizes. So I've not really thought about that, but I think I'm going to start a new evaluation with a 150k advanced, hopefully. And then once I pass that and I've got those two, I'll obviously be able to copy trade between those two. And then I will probably blow the 50k 0 and get another 150k just because you can't copy trade between them, so it's a bit annoying. So yeah, I've realised that I don't actually have an eval going on Project X right now, which is kind of annoying. But I think if I take shorts, I'll probably take it on here because even though it is a funded, it's not really too useful to me at the moment. Because it's obviously not, in comparison to my 150k, it's not a huge account. Obviously, a 50k account is still brilliant, but I think just because I have my 150k, I'll obviously focus on that for the time being. So yeah, it's a lot easier to see the news on the TradingView calendar if you sort by important only. Yeah, I know that you can sort Forex Factory. I just haven't done it. Because since I've got my new PC, I just have not been bothered to do it. As you can see, I'm in the correct time zone, but you can filter it by red folder and obviously currency. So I would just have USD, but I just can't be bothered to do it. I'll do it at some point, hopefully. So coming on to the hourly chart then, as we can see, oh wow, that's Powell. That's Powell. Let's watch this on the 1-minute chart actually, and then we can decide on some analysis later. So we can see Powell is actually causing some volatility right now. We have some nice buy-side liquidity resting up here, which looks relatively low resistance, which might be a nice target actually. But the one thing that is kind of holding me against that is the fact that we look like we are kind of closing below this bullish fair value gap on the hourly. Looks like we're kind of disrespecting this. potentially inversing it, but we could just be wicking down into a lower time frame gap. If we head on to the 15-minute, we're still inside of a huge one, so it's not too much of an issue, I don't think. I think I'm still definitely bullish. We've got lots of low resistance liquidity up here. However, I would be inclined to watch out for us trading down into this gap before doing that. That is definitely a potential. I just want to see whether we have any. Okay, yeah, so that would kind of hit the high of the 19th candle, which is interesting. I think that's something to mark. We rebalance price like right there, because if we did rebalance price right there, we would have a balanced price range on the daily chart, which is super important. If you guys want me to talk a little bit more about balanced price range, if you've not heard what that is, just let me know in the comments and I can go over it a little bit. I don't know too much, but I've just like kind of learned the significance of it, and I've been trying to like integrate it into my trading a little bit more, because I've realized how important it is. So yeah. So this candle here is Powell speaking. So we're gonna postpone from obviously taking any trades until he's finished saying whatever he wants to say. So yeah. How many hours do you have on FX replay? Honestly, I have like 2 days at this point. It's like 48 hours, something crazy. Call me mad, but I don't use it to like, obviously I use it to gather data on a model, right? But I also use FX replay for so much more than just gathering data. I personally use FX replay to just practice trading in general. Like, people forget that backtesting, like everyone says backtesting is useless. Like, once you have some data on your model, it's useless. It's definitely not useless. You are practicing seeing your model. The more times you could see your model and identify it in the markets and you're correct, the less time you're likely to get like stopped out due to manipulation. Obviously, everyone can have a model and lay out the checklist, but it's still easy to get stopped out by manipulation. You might know where the draw on liquidity is pretty easily, but if you're using FX replay consistently to kind of practice trading, like use it, like if you're a footballer, like you go to training and then you play in a game. You don't just play in the game just because you know, like from your track record, you're good at football, you know? So that's kind of how I see it. Like, I think practice makes perfect, in my opinion. So yeah. I'm gonna try see whether we can get some Powell action on here. There we go. Oh look, who's that? Who's that? She looks familiar. Yeah, so we've obviously got Powell on here. I'm on mute, but I just want to kind of keep him there so we can see what's going on. So yeah. We're not going to be doing anything until he's finished saying what he wants to say, because who knows what he's going to say, honestly. Also, guys, we're on like 700 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy to me. Like, I can't believe we've hit that before I've even posted my first YouTube video. Obviously, I've been posting shorts, but I've not posted an actual YouTube video yet. Stay tuned for that. I've managed to find a really cool editor who's helping me out with that. She's really amazing. I'm making my first YouTube video. You get a sneak peek because you're on the live. I've not actually told anyone. It's going to be how exactly I balance a full-time job, an engineering degree, and full-time day trading. How exactly I do that. And it's not just like some bullshit routine video where I show you like me waking up early and like going to get an iced coffee. Like, it's not going to be that. I genuinely include like proper productivity and efficiency hacks, which is like actually how it allows me to fit so much into my day and not get burnt out. So that's really a good one to tune into once it's up, if you're interested in that type of thing, if you're super busy but you still want to try and fit day trading into your routine, or if you're just busy in general and you want to like know how to be more productive in your day, how to organize your day better. It's something to definitely tune into. But my second video that I'm planning on filming soon is my like full rundown of my strategy, because loads of people have requested that. So I don't really know why, but people have requested it, so I'm going to film it. So that'll be my second video. I've got a lot of plans for putting way more effort into YouTube. Once I have a bit more time, from like mid-October, I'm going to have a lot more time to commit to filming for YouTube and doing more live streams. I might be live streaming AM session as well, which is really exciting, but I need to definitely get an FX replay for that, because I hardly ever trade AM session, so I need to get used to the volatility and the news, because obviously the only news I really encounter being a PM session trader is FOMC, and obviously Powell speaking or Trump speaking. So yeah. Can you please update your Discord link? It says it is invalid when trying to join. Are you trying to join through my link tree? If so, I did update that yesterday because someone said it wasn't working. It should be working though, because I got some like new boosts on my server, and you know when you get boosts and you can have like a custom Discord link. I've only just got that, so if it's not working, you can literally go on Discord and like just literally type in Claudia Trades after it says like Discord / and you literally just type Claudia Trades and it'll take you to my server anyway. Because I have that custom link now. So if you're struggling with the link, just type that in. And it should work hopefully. If not, I'll try update it after this video, but it should be working. I think we've had some new people. I'll have a little look. Right, I'll have a little look right now, see whether anyone's joined today. Because if so, that means there's probably no trouble with it. Let's scroll down. Yeah, someone joined at 4:10, someone joined at 2 p.m. So I don't think that there will be any trouble with the links unless people are inviting people, which, you know, I doubt. 2 days is low as fuck, not crazy. I mean, I would say 2 days is like a decent shift. Like that's 48 hours of FX replay. And I tend to do it in like hourly chunks so that my mind is actually fresh, because after about an hour of FX replay, like I clock out and I'm like rushing the trades and it's just not even like proper, because I'm trying to simulate the environment that I would be in if I was actually trading. Which is relatively relaxed coming onto the charts. Like I do my little pre-market routine to make sure I'm in the right mindset and ready to kind of go. But once you've done like an hour of FX replay, that just all goes out the window. So yeah. Has he frozen or is it me? Frozen for anyone else? Okay, he has frozen. Let's keep track of that anyway. Any giveaways? Yeah, I'll be giving away a 50k Alpha Futures eval in today's stream at some point. I give away a 50k one literally every stream to one of the viewers. I just do like a random lucky dip usually. So stay tuned for that. It's usually towards the end of the stream for one of the active people on the stream. So yeah. The wick you marked lines up with EQ of the external range on the hourly, by the way. Let's have a look. Oh, that's really interesting. You drawing it? Oh, wow, that's really interesting. Okay, that could be a major draw then, I guess. That'd be really nice to see just rebalance that and then head higher. But that might be a bit of a higher time frame move that we don't catch in PM session, but see whether we can catch some sort of scalp today. We've got like trendline liquidity being built here, but I'm just not looking to go anywhere near it until flipping Powell's finished saying whatever he wants to say. Let's see whether that 12/12 low has been taken on ES. It indeed has. So let's just mark out a nice lower time frame SMT here, see whether that sticks with us. Always nice to note. Here we go. Hello, Safe. How's your accounts going? So, guys, in my last stream, I gave away like 6 funded accounts to celebrate 1,000 Discord members, and Safe won 3 of them. So he won a 150k standard Alpha Futures account, a 100k advanced account with Alpha Futures, and a 50k zero account, I think, or maybe slightly adjusted, I can't remember. But yeah, he won a lot of accounts. So yeah, that was awesome being able to give away. I gave away 6 funded accounts in my last live, and I also gave away one of the funded plaques to one of the funded traders in my server, which was cool as well, from Funded Award. So that was really fun. The giveaways are like just getting bigger, so it's so fun. Like I managed to give away an iPad on my first stream, which was so insane. The Alpha Futures like donated for me to give away, which is so cool. Like that was so cool. And one of the like super active members in my server actually won that. Even though it was randomized, like anyone could have entered. Someone who's super active in my server did win it, which was super fun. 2 are up 2,000 and 1 is at break even. That's awesome. That's my 150k account today. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. One of the guys who won one of the other accounts has just said in the chat that he's passed his account that I gave away to him, so that's so fun. That's so nice to hear. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're in a 15-minute gap. Honestly, this would be my model if Powell wasn't speaking, because we've had internal manipulation right here, and we've also had a change in the state of delivery right there. And then I would probably target like these highs all the way up to there probably, and then stop at the low. That would be my model right now, but obviously I'm not going to take this while Powell is gapping. So we'll wait for him to stop and see whether we can still get a nice entry. It seems to be consolidating right now, so all is fine. But yeah, I would say this is a major draw, so maybe Powell is saving us because Powell may cause price to just head down here, because I would say this is definitely a major draw on liquidity. As someone in the chat mentioned, this is the equilibrium of the hourly external range here, as I've drawn out, and it's also the high of Friday's trading. Is that Friday? Yeah, Friday. Which is nice. So if we headed back to there, we would have a what was it? Oh my gosh, what is it called? I cannot think of what it's called. This is really annoying because it's like my model perfectly shown up, but I just can't justify it while Powell's speaking. We have to stay disciplined here. Longs is good today. We've done too much. What's an SMT? Can you explain, please? Sure. So SMT is a smart money technique. That's what it stands for, and it's one of ICT's concepts. So smart money technique basically means I'm kind of sorry, I will continue explaining, but I'm kind of tempted to take this on my 50k account just because I don't really care too much about it. Like, if Powell shut up, I would so want to take this, but I just can't. I cannot possibly take a trade while Powell is yapping. I really can't. On my funded, anyway. Just not smart. It's not a smart move. I'm tempted to take out my 50k because I'm eventually gonna get rid of it anyway, but I don't know. No, I'm gonna sell my hands for now, I think. I always ask myself before I take a trade, if this hit stop loss, would I be annoyed with myself? And the answer here is yes. I think even on the 50k, which I'm not particularly bothered about, I would still be pretty annoyed if this hit stop loss, so I'm not going to take it. But that would be my model laid out there, so y'all can see it. Anyway, back to SMT. So yeah, SMT stands for Smart Money Technique, and it's basically where we have a differentiation between asset classes, which usually move in line with each other. So right now I'm trading NASDAQ E-mini futures, and the asset that tends to move in line with NASDAQ E-mini futures is the S&P E-mini futures, which is ES, as you can see here. So the SMT that I have drawn in, as you can see, this 12-12 candle got swept out by ES. So you can see that it's been taken. That low has been taken out by ES. If we head back to NQ, we can see that this 12-12 low is still intact and it hasn't been taken out. So we draw in an SMT, and what an SMT indicates is it can indicate a reversal in price in the right context, of course. Like a fair value gap, if traded into, can indicate price to like head in that direction, but it has to be in the right context. Which here I think it is, but I'm just not taking it because Powell's speaking, and that's just silly if I were to do that. Unfortunately, because it's a really nice setup otherwise. But it is what it is. We got to stay patient and vigilant, especially when Powell's involved, because you never know what shit he's gonna stir. Ugh. Gold, definitely buy. Don't enter into the market. See? He knows. Don't enter into the market. He knows. Just waiting for him to like disappear, but yeah, price is just heading closer and closer to my TP. So yeah, very annoying. Very annoying indeed that this is happening. Just a thought, I personally don't trade this hour. It's New York lunch hour, normally low volume, not high probable conditions. Yeah, I get you. A lot of people say that to me, but I have back tested this time of day a lot. And I've found like that sort of 12:50 macro time going into the 1 p.m. lunch hour can have really nice moves that are like almost identical to each other. Literally look like this, to be honest. Like this is my like perfect move. And I managed to pass my 150k funded account trading at this time, so yeah. I mean, I wouldn't usually enter this early, to be fair. Usually around 1 p.m. is like prime time for an entry. But I'm not entering this trade at all because of Mr. Powell. Mr. Powell. He might not even do anything, like he might not cause any commotion. I mean, he caused this candle right here. This like fairly large like wicky candle right there. But other than that, he's not really caused any commotion in the ocean so far. Which is good but bad because my model's right there and I can't enter it because he's yapping. Powell be yapping. How's everyone's trading week been so far? I know we're only 2 days in, but how's it been? What's everyone's P&L? How are you feeling? In terms of news this week, let's go over news that we've got. I'm actually just going to filter this now because it's annoying me. Let's just filter to those and then just USD. There we go. Now I can actually see what's going on. So here's the week ahead. Obviously, we have today, we had PMI this morning, and we've got Powell speaking right now. We've got no news tomorrow, so tomorrow might be a pretty boring day. And then Thursday, we have unemployment claims, which is a pretty big one sometimes. So that's one to look out for. And then we have core PC price index on Friday. So yeah. Thursday, Friday could be pretty nice. Wednesday, unsure. Wednesday could be super choppy, but you never know what the PM session might hold. Sometimes PM session can be surprising, and a lot of the time when AM session chops around and does nothing, PM session can just like pull it out the bag for us. So we'll see. Claudia, hello. How much do you risk in eval? I risked 1% every trade. I never went more than 1%. When I was in drawdown, I reduced it a little bit, but yeah. I just did 1% throughout the whole thing. It's medium impact news tomorrow. Yeah, medium impact news I just don't even take into account. Doesn't usually do a lot. So I just don't even like think about it, to be honest. I hope Powell causes a bit more manipulation down and then we can get a nice entry. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm not sure whether that's going to happen because he doesn't seem to be doing very much right now. But yeah. Ooh. Sorry, I've just had like a really cool email. Oh my god, that's cool. Okay, sorry. Just had a really cool email. Oh, what's going on? Sorry, I missed that email. 1250 macro. 1250 is a good macro I have. Nice. Why don't you trade London session? Because London session is while I'm at work, unfortunately. Which is annoying, but that's kind of what happens when you work in the UK and you try and trade the London session. Everyone tends to be at work. Apart from the unemployed, of course. Apart from the unemployed. Let's see what happens here. Is he still yapping? Still going. How's my guy got this much to talk about? Crazy. He started streaming 33 minutes ago. I know, he started talking like 20 minutes ago, to be fair. Okay, wow. Okay. Let's see whether we would have got stopped out if we entered while Powell's speaking. I hope yes. If any of you have seen Deal or No Deal, I always find that this like part in the trading journey where you're watching a trade that you would have taken but you didn't because you stuck to your rules. and you want it to hit stop loss so bad. I always compare that to Deal or No Deal. Now, this is like a UK show, so I'm fairly sure, yeah, it is UK. So if anyone's from the UK, you 100% will have heard of Deal or No Deal, right? But to summarise, Deal or No Deal basically is a show where it's like a game show, and there's like 24 boxes, and all of the boxes have different amounts of money in. One of them has 250k, one of them has 10p, and like it like goes up in increments, right? And they pick one box to have in the middle, and then they go around and like take all the tags out, and they try and like eliminate all of the low priced boxes, and then there's like a banker who gives them offers. I always think this part is like where you've like taken the deal, and then you're trying to find like the large numbers. I don't know. Like if anyone's seen it, it will make sense. But that probably made absolutely zero sense. Oh my gosh! Thank God we made the right decision, guys. Can I just have a pat on the back for the discipline there, because that was like my perfect model, which has been screwed due to Powell. So I'm pretty pleased with myself there, actually. Let's go. Or do we have that in the US? Oh my gosh, you have Deal or No Deal in the US. No way, that's sick. But it's like ran by a UK host, so I thought unless you guys have your like own version, I don't know. That's sick though. I did not know that. And that is why we don't trade during Powell. That was my perfect model to a T, A+ setup, and I would have got stopped out because of Powell speaking. So that's why we don't go against our rules and we stay patient. I'm so happy I didn't take that on my 50k funded, because even though I'm not too bothered about it, I still would have been like a little bit irritated at myself. Like, no, Powell's literally speaking, why are you trading? How do you master your emotions? I start tweaking when I lose on FX replay. So I actually just posted like a little clip from one of my streams about that today, like on Instagram and TikTok. And the one thing I asked myself before entering, you will have heard me literally say it before on the stream, is would I be happy with myself if this trade hit my stop loss? And if the answer is no, you don't take that trade. But if the answer is yes, like yes, I would be happy with myself if the trade hit stop loss. I followed my model accordingly to a T. I feel calm and collected. There's nothing I've done wrong here. If it hits stop loss, it's just part of the game of probabilities, you know? Like, even if you follow your model to a T, sometimes it's going to hit stop loss, and you can't prevent that. So if you say to yourself, yeah, I'd be happy if it hit stop loss, I've done everything I can to conserve my capital, my model's presented itself, I want to get in, then take the trade. If that's not the case, you don't take the trade, you physically sit on your hands, like literally sit on them, until something presents itself. And if it doesn't, then you walk away and you come back tomorrow. The charts are always going to be here, and I think a lot of people are in a rush to, you know, get their first 10k month, get that first 100k year, you know, get that Lambo, whatever. Everyone's in a rush, right? And of course, I get that sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm sat at my job and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get that RS7 wrapped in purple right now. I need that in my life, right? I feel you, because when you're sat in your job and you are making money for someone else, like, it's painful, but you just have to be patient with the process. The more patient you are, the faster it will come. The more you try to rush the process of learning, and like learning how to manage your emotions, learning how to read price, learning how to understand when price is going to manipulate, learning how to know when not to trade. It's easy to know how to trade a model, right? But it's not easy to learn how to know when not to trade, which is the whole thing. Like, preventing losses rather than increasing wins is like the main thing. It's preventing losses. Everyone can take a winning trade in hindsight, right? Everyone can see, okay, it trades into a fair value gap and heads to the nearest high. Like, everyone can do that in hindsight. No one can, like, not many people, obviously some people can. We know that there's a few profitable day traders on socials, way less than there claim to be, but there is, who know how to not take a trade. And I instantly know whether a trading influencer is profitable or not, right? And this is coming from someone who is literally not profitable themselves. Like, I've not had my first payout yet, right? But I instantly know, just from like the experience of being a trader, right, and being in the trading industry and maybe having contact with different influencers and stuff, I immediately know if someone's profitable by the fact that they post about, oh, I didn't take a trade today. Like, the ones who are constantly posting, oh, I did this, I made $10,000 on the NASDAQ, and they never ever once post about, I didn't take a trade today, I automatically know that, like, they're not profitable. They're either, like, working with a broker, or they're getting paid by someone, or they're faking results. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah. I thought it was a rose gold Porsche. Honestly, so I've been like in a debate with myself, because my rose gold Porsche was like my dream car for a long time. But before the rose gold Porsche, I was sat on an Audi RS7 wrapped in purple. If you Google it, you'll see it. It'll be like the one that sat at the petrol station. You'll know it. It comes up on Google Images. It's one of the top ones. That is exactly what car I want, and the exact colour I want it in. And I kind of changed my mind to that. I feel like the rose gold Porsche can come later, like when I'm a little bit older. But like I'm literally 21, and I really want this car by like next year. You got to be optimistic. You got to manifest. You know, I really want this car by next year. And I just want like a cool, like sick, fast car for when I'm younger. Obviously, I know Porsches are fast, but like everyone will see that car and not think about how it's fast. They'll think about how it's rose gold, and like a girl definitely owns it and she doesn't know anything about the car, which fact I don't. But like I want a really cool car, like that literally just like looks like it goes really fast and like makes cool noises. You know what I mean? A bit late to the party. Nasdaq has been shy today. Yeah, so far. What is your win rate? I honestly don't know. On this funded account, it will be like below 50% by far. Like I'm only up this much after like a few months on it. But I don't know overall. Like in terms of my like model or my actual live trading, I guess. My win rate on my model, like in FX replay, is just under 60%. So yeah. Is he done yet? Oh my gosh, is he done yet? Please shush. GT3 RS. Is that a BMW? Not very good with cars. Like, I know the car that I want, but I'm not very good with cars. M3s are cool, but I would look so, like, masculine in an M3. I feel like an RS7 is a more, like, a car that I can get away with a bit more as a girl. I don't know. So are you profitable? No, I'm not. So I'm on my first funded account. I passed this funded account in July. If you're new here, if you're not, I'm sorry. I know you probably hear me say this literally every time, but I want to like make it clear for people who are new. Like I'm not claiming to be anything I'm not. So this is my first funded account. I passed this in July. In order to take a payout from your funded account with Alpha Futures, you need a few things. One of them, you need 5 winning days, a minimum of $200. I have met that. The second thing you need is to meet the consistency rule, where your biggest trade is not more than 40% of the payout you're taking, right? So technically I could take a $573 payout, but because of the consistency rule, I cannot, because my biggest trade is like $1,000, and obviously the payout I can take is not like that. Biggest trade is way more than 40% of the payout I'm taking, because my biggest trade is like over $1,000. So that's why I can't take a trade. So yeah, that's to summarize where we're at right now. Is he done yet? He's taking so long. Please shush, pal. I want to like take an entry. But also this could be nice. This could bring this down to this point, which is exactly where I think price is potentially drawing to, and we're just like building buy side liquidity up here. Like we really are. We've got to be patient. Any trades? No. Powell's currently speaking, so it would be unwise to take a trade right now. My word of advice. Until he's finished yapping, don't take anything. In my opinion. Tender was the kiss when you held me captive in your sweet embrace. Let's see what ES is doing. It's always nice to see what's going on. Okay, let's mark that out. That looks significant on ES. Okay. Yeah, ES is definitely more bearish than NQ, so that's worth noting because my bias is still bullish on the session. So that's worth noting. I will be taking my trades on NQ unless told otherwise. What is the point of this YouTube channel if you were a new trader? Honestly, I just started it to share my journey. I didn't really expect anyone to kind of follow it because obviously I'm not making any money, you know, that's why people want to watch people. But I think people just like having someone to kind of relate to. I'm still at the start of my journey, but to the point where I've managed to pass my first funded, so I might be able to help out more beginners. Because I feel like when you're at the very start, for me personally, I found it quite overwhelming listening to people on YouTube who already kind of had everything, you know? I didn't feel like I could relate to them at all. Obviously, they tell you stories about when I was unprofitable, but it's it when I was learning, I would have found it nice to have someone to relate to who's a few steps ahead of me, but not 5,000 steps ahead of me, you know? So yeah, I just like sharing my journey on here. I feel like it's fun. I've got a trading community on Discord, and we all share ideas on there. I share my trades on there. It's a judgment-free zone. Everyone shares their trades, their wins, losses, whatever. I share my losses in there, and everyone's super supportive. If I ever want advice, it's advice from people who where I appreciate it a bit more because they're in a similar situation to me, you know? And we're all in a community together. We all want the same thing. We all have the same dreams. We all want to make it as traders. So I feel like that community is important, an important aspect of it anyway. But it's just nice to share my journey. It keeps me accountable. Especially doing these live streams, I trade better on a live stream than I do when I'm not. And it's because I have to hold myself accountable because I have an audience watching me. It's embarrassing if I take a trade, where let's say I come onto the stream and I'm I'm not taking shorts today, it would be stupid. If I go and take a short, it's embarrassing for me to do that because people in the chat will hold me accountable. Whereas if you're on your own in your own thoughts, you could say half an hour earlier, nah, I don't like shorts. And then you forget that you've said that because you've not actually spoken it out loud. And then in your journal, you reflect and you're oh my gosh, I literally said to myself at the start of the session that I wasn't going to take shorts. I'm an idiot. So funnily enough, I actually perform better in trading than when I'm on stream than when I'm not, which is such a weird concept because I thought it would be the opposite way round. I thought I would feel pressured to feel like I need to perform for people and entertain them almost. Because obviously watching someone lose is entertaining to an extent, you know. I guess it's not my cup of tea. I probably wouldn't spend my time watching someone lose a trade, but if I scrolled past it, I'd be interested to see where they went wrong and learn from it, I guess. So yeah. But honestly, streaming, my performance is so much better. Over all of the streams that I've done, I think this might be my 7th or 8th stream. If someone's on YouTube, you can clarify for me now because I'm honestly not sure off the top of my head. And I've not lost a single trade during these streams. And not that losing a trade is a bad thing, right? It's part of what happens as a trader. You lose trades whether your psychology is good or not, whether your risk management is good or not, and whether your technical analysis is good or not. Even if those 3 things are perfect, you can still lose trades, right? That's just part of the game of probabilities. But I haven't lost a trade, which I'm happy with because it means my psychology has been great. I also had 3 trades in a row on 3 streaming days in a row where I didn't take a single trade, which honestly was quite difficult for me to do. I did feel a bit pressured to take one because I was no one's going to watch these if I don't take any trades. But I want to hold myself accountable for my audience and want to show the actual reality of trading, that trading less does you better in the long term, knowing when not to trade. If I don't trade a session, I've not lost anything. The only thing I can possibly gain from that is learn, okay, you could have taken this trade, you can be a little bit less cautious, right? But I've not lost anything. I'm not any further behind in my journey. And that's not to say losses push you back, because they don't if you don't let them. But as a beginner, it's hard not to let losses get to you with your psychology. It's hard to understand that losing is okay, especially because oftentimes when you're a beginner, losing is not because of the game of probabilities. It's because you got FOMO, or because you forgot about news, or because you didn't follow your model correctly, you know? So yeah. Do trade recaps, that will make you accountable as well. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do more trade recaps. I need to commit to that. I've just been struggling for time at the moment, to be honest, but by mid-October I'm going to have a lot more time free to like post more like content that is actually time consuming to make, because some of the TikToks I make are just like, I just do them in my spare time for fun, you know. But things like trade recaps, like I want to edit them and like actually make them look nice and the sound quality good and stuff like that, so it's a little bit more time consuming. So I promise from mid-October I will be posting way better quality content. Also, it would be nice to have your guys' input because you're literally here and you can see it. So my current live stream setup, right? Just want to check whether Powell's finished. No, he hasn't. Okay. My current live stream setup, right, is obviously you can see behind me. I'm literally just in like my office space. So the way like my house is laid out, just so you can get a good idea. So in that room, that way, I have like my bed and TV, and then this room, because they're two small rooms, like everything's separate. So in this room I have my desk in front of me with my two monitors, my mic, my webcam, a light, my PC down here, and then I obviously have my wardrobe and dressing table and drawers here. But I want to make it way more aesthetic, like behind me, like I want to make it nice, but I like don't know what to do with it. Like I feel like I need to rejig it around. So if anyone has any ideas, I mean, it's probably hard to give me ideas when you can't actually see the space, but just a thought anyway. If anyone's like a really good interior designer, please let me know, because I really want to make this more aesthetic, you know, like with some LEDs, like plants, whatever. But yeah. What do you use to journal? I personally just use Notion to journal. I just like copy and paste my trades in there, say whether it's a win or loss, and then I'll like literally just brain dump like my thought process throughout the trade, what I think went well, what went wrong, like anything I can improve on, like any lessons I learned, things like that. So yeah. Can you link your Discord? Yeah, sure, I'll link it here. It should be in my description of my YouTube channel, but I'll just link it for you in the chat if anyone wants to join. Here we go. Why is that the link? It should be /Claudia Trades. I don't know why that's... That's weird. That's weird. What's going on? I think if I go... Oh, I don't know. So bad with Discord. So bad at it. I'm such a noob. Such a Discord noob. I honestly don't know why that link that I just got is not the personalized link. I don't really know. Edit. Where's my proper link? What's going on? I think if I just copy that and change it to Claudia Trades, it should work, hopefully. Let me know if that works anyway, because that's what it should be. But we'll see. Is he done yet? Nope, still yapping. Still yapping. I'll just answer questions from the chat anyway. 100% capital preservation is key, and you have to be a good loser and be able to learn from it. Literally, because some days, like, everyone has bad losses, right? Like, losses are not human nature. You know, it doesn't feel natural to us to not be sad about losing. Like, it's not how we work, you know? Survival of the fittest and all that. It's literally ingrained into us. We want to win. We want to survive. And those negative emotions that we associate with losing will be, like, ingrained into us since we were kids. So losing just doesn't feel natural, and that's why it's difficult to be a good loser, right? But you have to, like, ingrain that into yourself that this is a probabilities game. It's not a win or lose game, right? And that's what's hard to kind of comprehend, especially as a beginner. Like, it's like I'm still not perfect at it. I'm definitely better than I was by all means. Like, if I took a loss, even on my eval, right, where it doesn't even mean anything, if I took a loss on my eval, it would genuinely ruin my whole night. Like, not to the point where I was like crying and moping in bed, but I would just feel like shit about myself, and I would feel like I needed to overcompensate, spend hours on FX replay. I didn't feel like I was doing enough, stuff like that. So that's a hard thing to get over, but it's just one of those things that come with time. And I also read Trading in the Zone, which is a trading psychology book. I made like a quick Instagram short and TikTok about it. kind of summarizing the key points from that. So if you want that, you can scroll down on my TikTok, it should be there. But that book like really helped my trading psychology a lot, so I would recommend reading that if you haven't already, or at least watching my like video summary on it, because that is a really valuable trading book, and I think it summarizes the like struggles that a lot of traders go through really nicely. So have you watched the recent Chart Fanatics vid with Trader Main? I haven't. Is he the guy that has like a super funky looking indicator on there? Because I've seen like advertisements of it, but I haven't watched it. I haven't actually watched many Chart Fanatics videos, to be honest. I watched part of Tanya Trade's video, and I watched a bit of Jade Cap's video as well, but I haven't watched them the whole way through, to be honest. I don't find myself watching a lot of YouTube, because I feel like when I'm trading, like when I'm in trading mindset, right, I'm either reading trading psychology books on FX Replay or journaling or actually trading. And I feel like aside from that, I'm pretty like traded out. And when I want to relax and watch YouTube, I want to watch something that is nothing to do with trading. Like I want to watch like Molly May talk about what she's bought from like Pretty Little Thing, you know? Like that's exactly what, like I just want to watch rubbish, especially because I'm an engineer, so I've probably spent 8 hours of my day using my brain, come home, use my brain for another 3 hours. Like I literally just want to switch off. So I feel like that's why I haven't watched many, but maybe in the future I will commit myself to watch a few more if people think they're useful anyway. Tom Hugard, the best loser wins. Oh, that's one I'm gonna note down if people recommend it. That seems like it would be a good one to add to my collection. Are you only live on YouTube or any other platforms too? So I'm only live on YouTube. However, I do like a weekly market outlook in my Discord on a Sunday evening. But I don't like trade on my Discord. I post my trades into my Discord. Like I'll post, if I take one today, I'll post it in there. But I don't trade live in my Discord chat, but I do like a live session going over like my thoughts on bias for the next week, like any news events, things like that. And we all just have like a general chat. So yeah. Nah, he uses ICT concepts. Oh right, I thought I'd heard of him. But no, I haven't watched it. I want to finish Jade Cap's video because I like him. I feel like he's straight to the point. I really like Tanya Trades. I feel like her trading psychology is absolutely insane. She's really great. Hi from Italy. Just hit a beautiful TP on Euro USD today. Congratulations and hello from the UK. That's cool that you're in Italy. I love Italy. Well, I've not been, but it looks absolutely fantastic. I'd love to go to Italy at some point. So this 1130 low, I want to see whether ES has swept that. Nearly. Could have some SMT at the low maybe. It may hold if he shuts up, but he's still going. He's still going. I wish he'd actually shut up now. Like, I can't take a trade until he does. I mean, not that there's a setup right now, but still. I think a bounce from this equilibrium point that I've marked out would be so clean for buys up to this buy side liquidity that we've generated up here. That would be absolutely the ideal thing. But if we have SMT that holds, that would also be ideal too, to be honest. I want to see whether we have that similar situation on ES like I drew out. So if I draw out, okay, yeah, we just took Friday's high, just touched that. And then if I go on the hourly and draw out the range here, nearly, not quite, but nearly. Oh no, it was down here, right? No. But I don't know. Anyways. I'm gonna just delete that because it's not actually that useful. Okay, yeah, we've just touched Friday's high on ES. We're not quite there yet on NQ. But I do think the fact that the equilibrium of the hourly external range is the same, is like the same as the Friday's high is pretty spooky. And I think price could draw to that before we head to buy side, which works for us because Powell's still talking, so I just want it to continue generating buy side until he finishes speaking. And then we head for all this buy side, which is nicely resting there for us. So yeah. Ugh. Just wondering about anyone who like is posting content on social media about trading or is interested in doing it. Like, what's your experience been so far, or what's stopping you from starting? Like, I'm just interested because I'm being nosy. But yeah, I just like I'm interested in your guys' thoughts on like how it's been so far if you've just started posting. Because me personally, I feel like my journey on social media will be different to other people's by a long stretch, because obviously, like, to point out the obvious, like, I'm a girl doing it and there's obviously not many, which obviously draws in more viewers, like it just does. Which I'm so grateful for, because I feel like I've like a lot of people have said that I've got it like on easy mode, which I don't totally agree with, but I know where they're coming from, right? Why do you take Friday's high into consideration? So the reason why I take Friday's high into consideration is because if we traded down and touched Friday's high, not only is it the equilibrium level of the hourly external range, right? And price will tend to trade into a discount before wanting to head higher. So if we do that on the hourly external range, it would be nice. So those levels are like exactly overlapping. But not only is it to trade into a discount, right? It's also to create immediate rebalance. And immediate rebalance is basically balance price range. Sorry, not immediate. I mean, it is like kind of an immediate rebalance on the daily chart, but anyway, oh, there's a fly. Balance price range is what I was going to say. Sorry. So balance price range is super sensitive to price and can actually like help price hold where it is. And when you have a balanced price range, it tends to kind of send price in the direction that it wants to go in, right? Because price is seeking out these inefficiencies, and if price is balanced, which if it came down and touched Friday's price range, we'd be completely balanced, right? Like, we've got the body of a candle, we've got a wick, and then we've got another wick coming down. Like, we're completely balanced there. There's no inefficiencies there, right? So price is going to head somewhere else to seek out the inefficiencies. So yeah. Do you know how many NQs there is? This is E-mini futures NASDAQ. I'm not stupid. Oh. Why is there beef in the chat? Let's all be civil. Oh my gosh, can he finish? He's doing my head in. Can he please shut up? I want him to go now. When is he done? When is he done? When are you done? I do want it to come and touch this level. I think if we had a rejection from that level, it would be so unbelievably nice. Imagine if that timed with when Powell shuts up. Like, would that prove that there's an algorithm or not? I fear it would. I fear it would. Guys, I'm drinking iced coffee and it's 6 p.m. What do you think of that? What's your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. Also, I've come up with a new revelation. If you're an iced coffee drinker, please try putting whipped cream on top of your iced coffee and thank me later, because I've been doing that. And because basically I switched out my caramel syrup for agave, because I used to put like an ungodly amount of caramel syrup in my iced coffee, and I was like, no, that needs to stop. I need to find an alternative, right? So I switched to agave, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like a natural nectar from a plant. It's kind of like honey, but a bit better, because most honey is like pretty processed for you unless you get a super expensive like Manuka honey or something. So started replacing caramel syrup with agave, right? And because I'm reducing sugar, I've got to like have a little bit from somewhere. So I've been putting a little bit of whipped cream on my iced coffee, and oh my gosh, it's a game changer. Like, usually I can only stomach one coffee per day, and this is my second one, and I've literally never done that. Like, I usually can't stomach anymore, but it's just so good with whipped cream on. So P8 today is literally barcode. No, we're generating buy side liquidity. Look at all this buy side we have just like resting and waiting to be taken. It's waiting for us right there. Use beetroot sugar. Oh my gosh, that sounds... I actually love beetroot, so I could get behind that. I love agave. I use it in my tea. Oh, that's sick. I wish I liked tea. Tea is such a convenient thing to like, but I just can't get behind it. Like, I've tried herbal teas, fruity teas, like English breakfast tea. Like, I am British and I don't like tea. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Like, it should be in my genetics, in my blood, in my bones, in my skin, but I just don't like it. Bro, we don't blame PA here. We don't. We don't blame PA for sure. Have you just commented that on my TikTok? I've just had a notification that you just commented, so that's funny if you just commented that. Yeah, you have. I knew you would. I literally knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Honestly, my TikTok has just not been popping off recently. Like, I hardly get any views on TikTok in comparison to Instagram, which is weird because TikTok was like my main platform before I started posting on Instagram. But honestly, Instagram is doing me better at the moment, to be honest. Like, I get more views and stuff on here, which is nice. 1 coffee per day is rookie numbers. I know it is rookie numbers. It actually is. Okay, guys, we've traded down officially into a discount. I'm hoping he's finishing up now. That would be great if he could shut up now so we can try find an entry, but I'll wait till he's done. I've stayed patient so far and I'm not going to ruin it now. So yeah. So that low has been taken out. I just want to see whether we have any like higher time frame SMT with ES. We also want to just draw out the quadrants of this range. Okay, yeah, we're in a discount on ES, and we also are on NQ, which is obviously great. We don't want to buy in a premium. We probably do have some like 1 minute time frame ES because we can see that ES is blatantly more bearish than NQ, but yeah, nothing too significant, I don't think, at the moment. I want to just see on the 15-second whether price is like respecting this level or not. Doesn't seem to be particularly, but it might be useful later, I think. It's probably manual intervention at the moment while Powell is speaking, so we have to note that key levels might not be respected as they usually might be. But I think when price heads back up there after Powell's finished, we could expect some respect for this level, as this is a super key level on our charts right now. Check current new week opening gap. Oh yeah. True. That's a key level to mark out too. Thanks for that. I always forget about new week opening gaps, to be honest. Like, they're not part of my model, so I don't tend to draw them on, as I feel like it's just like, I don't like having too much going on my chart, to be honest, because it tends to confuse me. But it would make sense if we come down into that from here. So. Tender was the kiss when she held me captive in your sweet embrace. If you've been on the live before, you know it gets to a certain point when I start singing when there's no trades. Even when there is trades, I start singing as well. I'll be real. You not Polish? No, I'm not Polish. I'm British. A lot of people have said that I look like Swedish, which is interesting because I think they're like really hot, aren't they? Like Stockholm people, like girls from there. They're typically really pretty. I think I might be getting the wrong place. I don't know. See whether ES is traded into the new week opening gap if there is one. Let's see if it's true or rubbish. Not yet, but very close. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're inside the new week opening gap now on ES, which is nice. But not yet on the NASDAQ. Claudia, you're trading Top Step. No, I'm trading Alpha Futures right now. As you can see, I'm just on Project X on the Alpha Futures, Alpha Ticks platform. You can see that there. I'm on my 150k funded account. How far are you from your payout? So I've got all the minimum winning trading days to take a payout. I just need to meet the consistency rule, which is your largest trade can't be more than 40% of your overall payout. So my largest trade, I think, we can go look at my performance stats. Largest trade okay, is $1,266. So if we do, so my payout can't be larger than 40% of that. So no, this can't be larger than 40% of my overall payout. So if I get a calculator, then we have to do 1.2, no, not point, oops. 1266 times 2.5. So I need that as my balance to be able to take a payout. And I'm currently at that. So I need like 2.5k or something. So I'm still a long way off, which I thought I was there. Like, I forgot about the consistency rule. I didn't really understand how it worked, which was so sad, but it is what it is. We gotta stay patient out here. When it comes, it'll be so worth it. When you're looking to take trades, once he's stopped talking, then I will look for a trade, but he's been talking for so goddamn long. He's been talking for hours. It feels like he's been talking for literally hours. He has been talking for nearly an hour. I probably would have started the stream like once he finished talking if I realised he was even speaking today. Thank God for someone in the chat reminding me, because yeah. So annoying, but anyway, it is what it is. Teaches us patience, doesn't it? I want to do the giveaway, but I feel as soon as I start doing that, he's going to stop and I'm going to find a setup. So, yeah. No wonder Trump hates Powell. Honestly, yeah, no wonder he does. This guy can talk. This guy could talk to an orange about an apple. Genuinely. What web was that to check trades? So this is the Project X platform on AlphaTix. So this is part of the funded account. So when you buy an evaluation, you'll be able to access this page. So yeah. It's like got TradingView integrated charts on here, so you have to have an evaluation to access this, but it's just TradingView. If you want to see this for free, it's just TradingView. Giveaway. Yeah, I give away a 50k standard Alpha Futures eval every live stream. Are you done? Please be finished. Please finish talking. You are yapping. Please finish talking. You are yapping. Please finish talking. We've got so much clean buy side waiting to be taken right now. It's absolutely lovely. It really is. It really is. We've got 50 viewers on here. What the hell? That's great. Hi. If you're new here, hi. I'm British. I'm British. That's why I sound like this. And I'm drinking coffee and it's 6:30 p.m. But honestly, before I came on stream, I was like, I need to make myself a iced coffee ASAP. Like, I was like this in my bed. Like, you know when you're just rotting after work and you're like I was literally struggling to keep my eyes open. Is anyone going to the Prop Expo on Saturday? I am going to the Prop Expo on Saturday. I hope to see you there. My train gets into London Euston at like 8:15, so I'm gonna go drop my bags off at my hotel and then come straight there probably. So that'll be fun. So if any of you guys are going, let me know and we can all meet up if you don't have anyone to go with. I'm going with a friend and I'm meeting up with one of the girls in my Discord as well before we get there so that we can go as like a little group. So if anyone wants to meet up, let me know and we can meet up somewhere nearby. That'll be fun. No, the one with the monthly P&L. Oh, that's just part of this platform. So you can see your like stats on the performance stats page and then it like tells you what's going on basically. But yeah. Wow, break even on last week. Or same with the week before, really. Ugh. What is the Prop Expo? So the Prop Expo is basically, it's an event in London where lots of the prop firms are kind of sponsoring it, and there's going to be like educational talks, like networking cafe, things like that. I'll get the like page up so you can go. London Prop Expo. There we go. Here you go. This is it. I'm fairly sure if you use the code Alpha75 right now, you can get a free ticket. Let me see whether it works. Oh, I didn't even press apply. Yeah, there you go. It's free. So if you want to come, you can get a free ticket. You're welcome. You're welcome. Early training for you then, Claudia. Yeah, my train is at like 6:15 in the morning. It's going to be an early one. But I unfortunately can't stay in London on the Friday, so having to come down in the morning as I have a hair appointment on the Friday, which is obviously way more important. How is he still going? I want to trade, Powell. Please have mercy. I would like to take a trade, and you are still talking. Any age restrictions? I'm not 18 yet. Yeah, someone else asked me that. I don't believe there is. It doesn't say anywhere, so I won't worry about it, to be honest. I think if there was, they'd have to say. So honestly, I won't worry about it. I would not worry about it. Tender was the kiss when she held me captive in your... Okay, NQ is now trading inside of the new week opening gap. NQ is just absolutely tanking, isn't it, really? I would not have anticipated that, I'll be real. Manual intervention. Reversal inbound, check out that 4-hour BISI. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. We could also just be like wicking into some of these lower time frame BISIs though. Like we're still in the 15-minute gap. Trading inside the new week opening gap, you know. I feel like we're just rebalancing some of that range, but I can't really be sure. And to be honest, longs are looking kind of sketchy here. I'll be real. I'll just have to wait until he finishes and reassess, because there's literally just no point me even thinking about a trade until he's finished freaking talking. Who knows? Who knows what may happen? We've been on here an hour and we've had nothing. Had nothing. How boring is that? How boring is that? By the way, guys, if you want to enter the giveaway that I'm going to do at some point on stream, you do need to be subscribed to enter, so make sure that you've done that. Because otherwise you won't be able to enter because you need to leave a comment in the chat, and you can't leave a comment unless you're subscribed. So there you go. Guys, the amount of times I have had messages from people saying, do you have a mentorship? And then I'll reply and be like, no. And they'll be like, I can help you with a mentorship funnel, which will bring you in an extra 50k per month. And I'm like, oh my God, leave me alone. Like, girl, even if I was going to start a mentorship, right, which I'm not, but if I was, would I really entrust a randomer who has DM'd me on Instagram to help me do it? No, of course I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't. If you take a long, you're out of your mind. If you take any trades right now, you're out of your mind. This guy's still talking. This guy's still talking. All that buy side does not look like it's going to be snatched in today's session, which is pretty sad because that's what I wanted. But it is what it is, I suppose. We've got a not stay set on our bias. Even though I came into the session and was like bullish, we've got to reassess. Bullish is looking way less likely here. Shorts are looking way more likely. So I am going to switch to ES because ES is the more bearish asset here, as we can see. So we have these equal lows down here, which I've marked out, which I think are a clear draw, but I just don't want to do anything until he's finished. He should be nearly done now, I would assume. He's been flipping yapping for so long. So I would assume he's nearly finished, but as you can see, this is the effect of Powell and why you shouldn't trade during his speeches, in my opinion. If you start a mentorship, it's clear you can't make enough from actually trading. It's a sign of skill issue nowadays. I agree with that to some extent. However, I do understand why a profitable trader would make a mentorship, right? Because it is just another income stream. And if you're profitable, you likely have a decent amount of followers. So it's likely to bring you in an actual, like, decent size of income, right? So, like, I kind of get it. But if you're making a mentorship and you've had one payout, like, no. Like, hell no. Like, I just think as well, like, if I started advertising a mentorship, like, my flipping audience would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, sort your shit out, girl. You've got to focus on them charts. Never mind sorting out a mentorship funnel. Like, priorities. Tender was the kiss when you held me captive in your sweet embrace. Them lows. Yeah. Yeah. I want to remove some drawings off here because they are getting it a little bit. Honestly, those lows are a really nice draw, but it's whether we can like find a position before they take them and whether he stops talking. If I knew he was talking, I honestly wouldn't have started the live till later, but it's been nice chatting to everyone anyway, so it's fine. I don't mind. Risk-free and $500 up, almost at TP. Nice. Very good. Very good. These lows are actually just like free, but I just can't bring myself. As soon as I place that trade, it will reverse if I get any money. That's what happens when you enter off FOMO rather than your actual model. I'm not doing right now. Can you show us how you decide your daily bias and the draws you're looking for? So today I decided my daily bias because we were like at all-time highs. Like when we're at all-time highs, my daily bias is always bullish until I get shown something otherwise, like this. Or unless we're super close to some like really like clean lows, right? Like relative equal lows or like a key low, like a previous day low or something like that, which we're actually edging towards yesterday's low, which is something to me to mark. I want to just get rid of, there's too many things going on here. I just want to get rid of some of those, get rid of that. That's obviously not held. Make that a little bit smaller so I can actually, oops, do that. And then I just want to do previous day low. Yeah. Nice. Tender was the kiss when you held me captive in your sweet embrace. When is he done? When is he done? When is he done? When is he done? Sorry for headphone wearers. I apologize profusely to all my headphone wearers. Don't chase. I'm not, don't worry. I'm chilling. Sitting back and I'm chilling. That's what we're doing right now. We don't chase shit around here. We don't chase shit around here. Tender was the kiss when she held me captive in your sweet embrace. Quite the singer. I know, I get that a lot on my streams. Everyone loves my singing. So yeah, everyone loves it so much. This is horrible to just wait for him to shut up. Like, it's actually really painful. I'll be honest. Feel sorry for her. She seems to be yapping just as much though, to be fair. You know what? Let's just do the giveaway now because he doesn't look like he's done anytime soon. So let's just do the giveaway. If you want to enter to win a 50k standard evaluation with Alpha Futures, all you need to do is be subscribed and follow my TikTok and Instagram, which I will put in the chat right now. You need to be following those to win. I'm not going to check it right now, but I will be following it. I'll be checking like after this when I message you about the account. So please make sure you're following those. Otherwise, I will give the account to someone else, basically. So here's my Instagram and there's my TikTok. They both have the same username. So please make sure you're following those if you want to enter the giveaway. Please don't waste my time. And you obviously need to be subscribed. And once you've done that, leave a red heart in the chat to enter, like an emoji. Leave a red heart in the chat of some sort. I'll try to find one like that. Leave this in the chat to enter, and I will pick a random comment from the chat and they will win a 50k Alpha Futures standard account. Super exciting. I'll be getting ChatGPT to pick me a random winner. So yeah, as always. Nice, guys. Keep the entries coming. How do you check if our usernames are different across platforms? I will just message you and ask, like, after this, I will message the winner and ask them for their Instagram and TikTok name, and then I will check whether they are following me or not. Basically. I'll give you guys like a couple minutes to enter, and then I will get ChatGPT to pick me a random winner for the 50k either. To redeem it, I'll just ask you guys to DM me on Instagram or preferably Discord, to be honest. But if you don't have Discord or whatever, you can DM me on Instagram. That's absolutely fine. Oh, please, this guy just needs to be done. Nice. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 more minutes. Okay, I'm going to take a picture now and get ChatGPT to pick me a random winner. Okay. Get me a list of everyone who commented a red heart, please. There we go. Okay, we have a list of everyone. That looks pretty correct. I think it's missing people. Let me get it to look at it again, and I will double check that it's correct before I do anything, because ChatGPT has tendency to. Oh, that's mine. Didn't want mine. I wanted Jerome Powell. It's thinking longer for a better answer right now. Oh, I just want Powell to shop so I can find a friggin' drain. Didn't take a trade yesterday either, guys. Price was so choppy during PM session until I turned my charts off, and then it was really clean. Shock, absolute shock. Oh my gosh, will it please hurry up? Hurry up, ChatGPT. We've got accounts to give away. It's a matter of life or death. Okay. So I want to do a giveaway. Give each of these people 1 entry and any idea what Pal's saying? No, I've literally had him on mute. I have no idea what he's saying, to be honest. I looked at the Trade Expo, but I don't understand what's going to be happening. Some motivational speeches. So I think they've got like a games thing where people can like compete with each other. They've got like people doing speeches and educational, like I think Words of Wisdom guy is going to be there, the guy who owns that like Chart Fanatics. I'm fairly sure he's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of prop firm like CEOs there, so I guess it's a good place if you're looking to get into social media and stuff. It's just a good place to network, to be fair. Like there's going to be a lot of like trading people there who is good to know, so yeah. Okay, the random draw winner is IVZ. IVZ is the winner. Congrats. Please DM me on Discord. Well done, you've won a 50k standard account. Congratulations. Please DM me on Discord. I just opened TradingView by accident. I did not mean to do that. When is he gonna stop? This is so annoying. This is so annoying, guys. It really is. Like, I'm actually so done. See what's going on. To be fair, longs could be back. Longs could be back on the cards. Has ES taken out the 830 low? That was the data low, actually. It hasn't. Okay. It's taken out the... No, it hasn't. It's not taken out the 9. The 9. Okay, NQ's taken out the 9 a.m. low, as we can see. So we have some like higher time frame SMT there, which is notable to mark down. Oops. So let's just mark that on our charts. I wish it would show up. I wish. You're welcome, Ivy. No worries. Just send me a DM on Discord and I'll get it sorted out for you over the next few days. Okay, nice. So we've got some higher time frame SMT set in there, 15-minute SMT at the lows on ES and NQ. And because of that, I've concluded that ES is the stronger asset here because ES did not take the low and NQ did. So that's the basis at the moment. Another part of my model is rejecting from a higher time frame, like PD array of some sort. We're rejecting from this hourly PD array, as well as the new week opening gap potentially. Obviously, we've worked down a little bit further, but yeah, we're rejecting from this, so that's something to note. My third point of interest is some internal manipulation. So I want to see some sort of low get taken out, open up a bearish fair value gap, and then I'd want to see that fair value gap inversed, create a change in the state of delivery, and then I'd be looking for price delivery to the buy side. But nothing's really confirmed that yet. We could just be trading back up into these fair value gaps, like on the 5-minute. Like we have so many fair value gaps right here. So we could just be using those to come and take out these lows right here. We have some equal lows on ES, which are pretty clean. So I'm going to mark those as Sasso liquidity. There we go. And we've obviously got the previous day low here as well, which is something to note. So I don't personally think there's enough for me to target the highs at the moment, but it's something to keep in mind. My bias right now is pretty split though. Until he stops talking, I'm not going to trade anything, to be honest. Not going to trade anything until he's done. Anyone know when Powell's done? We speed him up. Please be done talking so I can trade. Thank you. Just out here harassing Powell. I just bought the order block. Oh, you just took a buy? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It already ended. What do you mean it already ended? He's right there yapping. Huge buying right now, apparently. According to chat. According to chat on YouTube, most reliable source there is out there on the web. Oh. Because I'm bored, I want to take a trade. This is where we enter out FOMO. This is where FOMO starts to creep in. So I just need to make sure that if I take a trade, I'm not just taking it for the sake of it, and I am taking it because it is my model. So please shout at me if I'm taking something stupid, which doesn't sound like my model. Because times like this where you've been sitting for ages and your like brain's getting tired, things like that. Times like this is where FOMO creeps in. Should I sing to like lighten the mood or something? Oh no, OBS just cut out. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. Someone let me know that we're back because that just cut out, I think. Yo, hi, hello. Hello, hello. I'm just going to turn this off mute for a sec so I can actually hear what he's saying.
That's one point. So we're never
Oh god, it's making a weird noise because it's like picking up my sound from YouTube. Actually, if I just turn that off, it should be fine. Oh god, no, it's not. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'd really like him to finish talking. Someone give me a conspiracy theory or something that I can talk about while we wait. That would be fun. Because I'm really bored while I'm waiting for him to shut up. Someone give me a conspiracy theory, please. Don't make Uncle Powell angry, he will turn the market on its head. Yeah, for real. For real. The good theory is that we should get 3 accounts now on 0 to 4. Yeah, real, we actually should. I need to set up I've got 200k advanced accounts. But I got them on Tradeovate because at the time I didn't realise that TradeSyncer was a thing, right? So in my head I thought I needed Tradeovate to be able to copy trade my account. So I got the 2 accounts on Tradeovate and then realised that TradeSyncer you can actually copy trade from Project X, I'm fairly sure. Which is so annoying because I didn't know that that was a thing. So they're just kind of sat there and I haven't even activated them. So I don't really know what to do with those. Probably full port, I'll be real. Because I don't really want them to pass. Because they're just not ideal. I'd rather everything be kept to Project X because it's just easier. But I don't know. We'll see, eh? We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. What the future holds. Did you listen to ICT spaces he's done over the last few years? He talked loads about conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah, I've listened to a few of them. I listen to them at work sometimes because they're actually quite interesting to listen to. Like some of the stuff he talks about is so fun. But I mainly listen to them for the trading stuff because he actually just does drop random gems into his Twitter spaces sometimes. Sorry, not Twitter spaces, X spaces. I've still not got over the fact that Twitter is not called Twitter anymore. I'll always call it Twitter till the day I die. I can't get over it. But yeah, some of his Twitter spaces are really good. He drops random trading gems in there all the time. It's so funny. ICT should be up there speaking. Honestly, I know. Where's King Michael when you need him? Where is he? What's this? Oh. Why are these different? Can't really tell what's going on. Can't tell what's going on. Why are they all different? Oh. This is not... Powell's still speaking. I get confused with this stuff. I think because it's CNBC, it should be accurate. You would like to assume, wouldn't you? But who knows? I can't believe someone has just said in the chat hi. Why are we trying to socialise on the Powell speech YouTube livestream chat on CNBC? That's so funny. You're networking in the livestream chat. That's jokes. Actually jokes. Why did he just raise his eyebrows like that? Did anyone just... What's going on? What's going on? Should I start networking in the chat? Honestly, though. Might as well. There's nothing else to do. Can't exactly take any trades, can I? Can't exactly take any trades. This is jarring. It needs to hurry up. I can't wait till I can trade AM session. Let me trade AM. PM's painful, especially when you got this old dude yapping. Especially when you got this old dude yapping. Oh. Have you ever tried trading at work? Yeah, it's not worth it. I'm never doing it again. It's honestly, psychology is off. It's just not. It's not it. Even at uni, it's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle. Like, when you feel like someone could be watching over you, or like, have you ever been in a trade and one of your parents comes and watches? Probably top 10 worst experiences in the world. Because if it goes to red, you can just hear like their little like, and you're like, oh my gosh, don't do that near me right now, otherwise I will throw something at my wall. Like, don't do that. It's not funny. Because obviously they don't get it. That you can be in drawdown and still be completely fine in your trade, right? But like when you're in a trade, you're trying to lock in, you're trying to not be emotional, and then you get a gasp from behind you. It's like, I'm sorry. Why are we gasping? Why are we gasping? I'm not gasping, so you should be gasping. What are we gasping for? So, oh, just trading in front of anyone is the worst thing in the world, in my opinion. Actually is. Actually is the worst thing ever. Guys, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I'm tired. I shouldn't be drinking coffee at this time, but I'm so tired. But we might get like Silver Bullet or something when he shuts up. When he shuts up. To Powell. Should I make a song called To Powell? Someone give me a beat. To Powell. I'm really offbeat. I need a beat that I can like sing to. To Powell. Do you want a towel? Or the sweat dripping off your old forehead? To Powell. Do you need a towel? You're making me upset. To Powell, please stop yapping, because I want to trade my funded account. To Powell, when are you going to resign? You look like you need to recline in a chair because you're old. You like that one then? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Maybe I'll upload it to Spotify. Be lucky. Lyrical genius. On that note, should I get ChatGPT to make me write me a song dissing? No, write me a diss track about Jerome Powell and include towel in the rhyme. Okay. Yo, Jerome Powell, fold under pressure like a gym towel. Messing with the markets, man. Your speech is just foul. You know what? I'm gonna redo this, but oh my god, are we back? I don't know whether we are or not. feel like we are. There's absolutely no way the only time my live stream has ever got out is when I'm midway through my Powell distract. What? What? Please let me know if this is like really bad quality. Please tell me if it is. How is he still going? Ugh. All good now, you're back. Okay. That's actually so fucking funny. Oh my god, I can't wait to get my clipper to clip the shit out of that. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh. Wow. You back. I'm so back. We are so back, guys. We are so back. We are so back. We lost half our viewers, but they're all snakes anyway. Snakes in the grass. Don't trust no one. DTB for life. TTB for life. I'm getting close to the point where I really need to wait. So I've been sat here for 1 hour 40, waiting for him to shut up. Like, do I even like... No, I'm not just gonna ignore my rules and just think, oh, fuck Paul. Like, no, I'm not. I've not even got a setup anyway. Like, I literally don't even know what I'm waiting for at this point. Essentially a continuation trade, but I don't know. That 151 have been taken. On a yes. Nope. That's 151, right? Yeah, that's 150. Confused now. I'm confused now. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay. So we got some SMT right there. And we had some manipulation right there with SMT. We've got an inversion fair value gap, changing the state of delivery right there. But like, we've got some like pretty hefty lows down there, which I would like to target, but I just think while he's still going, it's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Really not. That would be my ideal trade though, which I will mark out. I would have taken it just there on the change in the state, stop at the high, target these lows. That would be the ideal right now. But I'm not doing that with Powell still yapping, because manual intervention can take place when Powell is talking. So I'm not taking the risk. I'm really not. Guys, I'm really into Harry Potter at the moment. Really into Harry Potter. Really into Harry Potter. If anyone's a Harry Potter fan, let me know. I'm reading, like, it's something someone has written, like, not J.K. Rowling, it's something that someone has written, right? And it's, like, basically, like, a made-up book on Harry Potter about what, like an alternative version of Harry Potter where Voldemort wins the war, and it's like all about that, and it's so good. Like, it's 1,000 pages long and I'm like 600 pages in, and I started it like 2 days ago. So good. Like, that's why I don't have the time to make trade recaps. That's what I'm doing in my spare time, honestly. Me saying I'm busy and then I tell you that I've read 600 pages in 2 days. Yeah, well, there you go. Powell crashed stream. Honestly, it was my diss track that crashed the stream. It was my Powell diss track. To be honest, it was probably the fact that was on ChatGPT that crashed the stream, because ChatGPT takes up so much power. Power. That's definitely not the right term, is it? But, you know. Guys, when does it get to the point where, like, he's finished talking? Do you know what I mean? Like, when does it get to a point where I'm like, okay, he's done now, I can trade? He's been going for so long. Like, surely he has nothing else important to say, but you never know, I guess. That's my ideal setup on screen anyways. So I honestly think like aiming for longs in this session is probably not wise. So we didn't actually trade up into this 15-minute gap, but we did come back up and touch the new week opening gap, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, we did. But I'm sure NQ traded into that 15-minute gap because we did have SMT. Yeah, it has. And we had a nice rejection down. So honestly, like, longs are off the cards at this point. The only setup I'd be looking for in this session is shorts. If we can get there after Powell speaks, that would be lovely. Even if we just target internal sell side, to be honest, that would be fine. But this is like a major sell side liquidity pool right here, and then we have the previous day low here, which we could potentially also come to. But these equal lows are really clean. If you see on ES at this sell side, really clean equal lows at the bottom. So I'd probably take all profit off there and maybe leave like one. I can't even do micros with ES because ES like lot sizes are too small for me to bother with micros. And I can only trade 3 contracts, which is really annoying. On the funded account, you can only trade 3 contracts. But it is what it is. Even if we risk low, it is what it is. It's tough out here. No more cut rate. I want to see how NQ's doing on the 1 minute time frame. We've had the same thing going on here. Oh shit, wait, no, I would be trading on the wrong asset. Oh, no, I wouldn't. No, that's a lie, that's a lie. I thought that high hadn't got taken, but it has. And it hasn't on ES, so yeah. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce is my new saying. Someone put, bro, when the fuck is he gonna stop talking because he ruined the market? Literally so real. I am thinking the same. Literally. When are you gonna stop talking? When? Please let me know. Because you are doing my head in. Ooh. Just received a payment. Wasn't a payout, but it's a payment. Any sorts of payments will do these days. I'm not fussy. Not fussy at all. There's 2 lives of Powell. Which one's real? Probably CNBC, I'll be honest. Probably CNBC. Him sitting down or standing up talking. I want to just like I feel like he shouldn't still be talking, but sometimes people like stream and they're not actually Powell speech. I know he's had some Powell trades things. It's the first thing that came up. No, CNBC one should be correct, I would assume. Have you tried Fanta Light? Is that like sugar-free Fanta? If so, I haven't. I have not. Jay Powell isn't talking. But look, he's on live right now. There he is. He's right there on CNBC. It's a replay. It says Jerome Powell live. And he started speaking at 12:35 p.m. EST. And that's when this live started. Is it actually a replay? Because I have been thinking that, but I don't think it is. So confusing. Let me Google. Why am I Googling when I'm brave? Is Powell speaking right now? Yes, he is speaking right now. He's delivering remarks. It finished and they are just replaying it. Wait, what? But is he still speaking now? Oh my gosh, this shit confuses me so much. 50 minutes ago. Maybe he has finished. I don't know. I don't know. Like, all of these have finished. Maybe he's right. Can someone clarify? Because it's confusing. It ended a while ago. Oh my god, what? Why did no one tell me? This is my ideal setup. Oh my gosh, what? Why did no one tell me? You're all snakes. I thought he was still talking. What? Hey, honestly, I want to find an entry into this because this is like my ideal trade. But, like, obviously this isn't my model, but I thought he was still yapping, so I will take what I can get. I really want to trade this. I'm checking Forex Factory. Really want to trade this, but if I were to get in, I'll just get in at a 1-to-1 maybe. I want to see the 15-second and just see like a reasonable high to put a limit on. Oh, that's so annoying. I literally would have entered that trade. Literally so annoying. I'm gonna do a limit sell, 2 contracts there. It's like 7.5 handles risk though. Okay. I'm gonna look at some alternative timeframes and see whether there's anything obvious which I think price may retrace to. Honestly, I'll take one there and then see what happens. I think it should come and take this high. It would make sense. We'll do one because it's a pretty large stop, but that's what happens when you think Carl's still chatting. That stuff confuses me. I didn't think CNBC would just keep replaying it. That's so confusing. How am I meant to know that? How am I meant to know that? We'll see what the risk is and then we'll add another contract, depending on what it looks like. But we're risking like 25 handles equivalent on NQ with 7.5, so I don't want to overdo it too much. Looks like he's done. Yeah, I didn't even realize. I moved my sell limit to there. Still like a 1-to-1, so that's okay. Please tag me into the trade. Please tag me into the trade. Please tag me into this trade. Please, it should take those equal highs on the 15-second, surely. Surely it's not going to leave without those. I just really need like a tiny retracement. That's it. That's all I'm asking for is a tiny little retracement and that's it. Just a tiny, 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 tiny little one. All I'm asking for right now. All I'm asking for. Holy edge. Literally. Oh, this is so annoying, but I don't just want to enter like when I'm risking too much. Like that would give me like a 1-to-1 trade. So I don't really want to do anymore. This is so irritating. So annoying. These are places where I can no longer take my position. Honestly, I don't mind. It just means I have a lower risk to reward. Like, it doesn't change anything about my model, really. But obviously, if it takes this low, there's no way I would enter past there. It would just be unfortunate, and I just have to deal with it. Yeah. Hopefully, comes and tags me in there. That would be nice. Just jump in, we. Can't just jump in. Don't want to over risk. Don't want to over risk. We would not want that. Let's see. I'm trying to just see whether we have any versions of my model on a lower time frame, so I could potentially lower my stop, but I can't see any, so I think I could only justify my stop being there still. Potentially there, I think I would probably want to move it to be fair. Because we haven't even tapped into that 1 minute gap, so I wouldn't expect it to come and do so before taking sell side. We just touched it, but we didn't tap into it. So that's actually good to know. So just trying to think of a reasonable place where price would actually retrace to, but where I'm not over risking too much, because I have to consider that I think it's going to come to these lows. So I want it to retrace to somewhere which I wouldn't be scared of if I was actually in the trade as well. This is so annoying. I genuinely thought he was still speaking. I would have really got into that trade. So annoying. We were right there. What's that saying? A 1.4. That would be okay. I genuinely wouldn't want price to come back up into that inversion fair value gap when we haven't even used it anyway. So I'm happy to place that there, I think. I do feel like I'm chasing price a little bit now, but if I'm thinking clearly, I'd still be happy to take this trade, I think. Because I would not want price to come back up into this, I don't think. Okay, we're in anyways. Let's just drag that. I want to see how much I'm risking here. 300. I don't really want to risk any more than 300, to be honest. I might take a couple of minis right now. And drag those up to my start. Okay, so that's 50, so that's 350. 350. That's 400. Okay, that's good. That's good. Just mark this out on MES as well. Don't want to over risk, and I think 600 would be slightly too much for right now. Concentration is real. Concentration is real. Okay. I think with the place I entered, I'd still be happy with my original stop loss. That would mean we're risking 500. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. On ES, that would literally leave us negative. You know what? If we get stopped out on ES and not on EM and micros, that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm not over risking because that's what's more important. Probably shouldn't have entered here. I'll be real, because I want to just make sure NQ hasn't taken out this low because that's super important. So NQ. Okay, it hasn't. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That was a little bit of a panic, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm definitely noting that in my journal. I feel like that was a little bit emotion driven to enter there, and especially to have my stop here because that's not where I would have it in my model. But I feel like if it had got down and taken this low, which it had, I probably would have moved my stop to there anyway, even if I got in where I wanted to, which was at this change in the state right there. So, which we could have got in on, to be fair, because it's retraced back up to there, which I didn't think it did, but it has. So there you go. So there you go. I just see what we're looking like on like the 2 minute. Blood, that's kind of dumb shorting all the way down there. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, babe. I'd like to see you trade live. I'd like to see you trade live. and then talk to me. I understand people will critique me in the comments, right? Like, that's why I'm live trading. Like, I get that. That's just what happens when you live trade, and I'm open to that. Otherwise, I wouldn't live trade. But I don't like it when people say, like, oh, you're stupid for doing that and things, because until you have live traded yourself, you will not understand. Like, it's quite difficult, you know? Like, it's difficult to know whether your, like, psychology is deceiving you, or whether you actually want to take that trade, or whether I'm just trying to entertain because I feel like I need to take a trade, you know? Like, it's hard to understand the difference, it really is. So I will say that. Nah, it's all good, it's emotions, it happens to all traders. Yeah, for sure. This is something I'm going to journal. This trade on ES, I'm not happy with. I should have waited for the retracement, and if it didn't offer it, I shouldn't have taken it. However, I do think I would have moved my stop to there anyway if I was in this trade, so it doesn't matter too much, but my micro ES trade is, like, actually the trade I would have wanted. Like, but I would have preferred an entry obviously higher, but that's absolutely fine. I'm not too bothered by that. Not too bothered by that at all. I just posted my trade recap of today, and in it you can see I'm not happy with the outcome. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's tough, but we can't have all winning days. That's just not possible. Some days, and to be honest, what was I about to say? Whenever I take trades like this, right, I have to remind myself that if I am taking an emotional trade and I take it, I'm still learning something from that experience. As long as you journal from your trades, they are still super, like, worthy of taking, right? Like, you can't be hard on yourself if you take an emotional trade. Why have I literally drawn that the wrong way around? Literally only just clocked that I've drawn that the wrong way around. It's so stupid. There we go. Yeah, like, your emotional trades are all lessons in themselves if you let them be. You can either turn them into something super emotional, or you can turn them into something really important and useful for your trading journey. It's just how you interpret them, right? Like, if this hits stop loss, I'll be able to journal the shit out of this trade and I will have learned a lot. And if it hits TP, I will still be journaling the shit out of it because my entry on ES was pretty emotional, I will say. And I'll be honest about that. Like, I will hand on heart say that was emotional of me, shouldn't have entered on ES. This entry, however, I'm happy with. This is, like, you know, a trade I'm happy to take. I'm fine with it. And another huge part is being able to stick to your analysis when you have people with a conflicting bias. Someone will be right, someone will be wrong, but you have to stick with what you see. Yeah, exactly. That was hard for me when I first, like, live streamed. I did a trading live stream on TikTok, right? And I got stopped out, and, like, everyone in the comments was like, oh, that was so obvious it was gonna hit stop loss, just like I've had a comment say that just now, right? It's so easy to come on someone's live and comment and say, oh, why did you take that, right? But being sat in the chair and speaking to people and trying to think of things to talk about while you're waiting for a setup, and then actually seeing a setup and thinking, do I act on it? Like, is my mind deceiving me? Things like that. Like, it's really fucking hard. So until you've tried it, like, I would be slow to comment, oh, why did you do that? Because, like, it's hard, you know? Like, you can take a loss in your bedroom and not tell anyone about it and forget about it. Whereas if I've done it on a live, like, anyone can view it whenever, you know, because I'm going to keep it up, because why would I? Like, I want to be honest. I'm not just going to post my wins. That's silly. I want to be honest on here always. So yeah. I get live trading is hard, but what do you really prioritize, trading or streaming and entertaining? I obviously prioritize training, but I want to stream as well. Like, I can do both. I prioritize trading, but sometimes our minds can deceive us, you know? Like, I can't control impulses and things like that. Well, I can under practice, but I've only been, like, this is like my 7th stream, you know? Like, I have to get used to the conditions, which is something, like like so far through my like 7 or 8 streams that I've done, I haven't acted emotionally once, and I haven't even taken a loss. So I'm pretty proud of my progress so far. Like it was bound to happen at some point, me take a loss. Like if I stream once per week, I'm gonna take a loss at some point. So yeah. My ES trade will have hit stop loss now. I had my stop loss right there, I think. Did I? Yeah, I did. Fairly sure. Anyways. It was in, yeah, this inversion gap, yeah. I will have been stopped out on ES, so we'll see whether I would get stopped out on micros as well, which right now is looking likely, but you never know what turn price can take. I'll say it again, a New York PM session is something I don't feel I'm with you, learning and watching you find your position. Love that. Yeah, New York PM session's not for everyone, unfortunately. It's the only session I have time to trade, so I don't have a choice but to, but to trade it, to be honest. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's just something I've got to deal with. But soon I'm going to be trading AM session, which I'm super excited for. Trading AM session will be something new for me. But the volatility kind of scares me, I'll be honest. Like it's something I'm not used to. Obviously with PM session it can be a lot slower, so trading AM session is like scary. I need to practice it a lot more before definitely before I go live, because obviously the conditions are way faster and you need to think way faster if you're trading AM session, right? Like I'm gonna have to like have really quick reactions to price, because obviously like the candles are just like so much faster than PM session. Like your reaction times have to be so much faster, and if you're streaming as well, like you can't help but read the comments, reply and things like that. So definitely gonna have to like get used to the speed and volatility of AM session before I attempt to stream, I think. Because it's gonna all be new to me, and as well like the news, like the only news I ever encounter during PM session is FOMC and Powell speaking, or like Trump. So that's all going to be new to me as well, which is pretty cool. But it'll be fun. AM session has more potential, I've heard from everyone. So maybe once I can start trading AM session, maybe we'll take that first payout. Who knows? Who knows, eh? But that first payout does not look like it's going to be today. We're at 236 right now. I'm kind of hoping this can either like if it's going to hit my stop loss, I'd want it to just do it quickly because I'm really hungry, I'm not gonna lie. Really hungry. Really, really hungry. I think the only possible thing that could save us from stop loss right now is that wick that we're inside of, and I don't think it's quite enough to save us. I think it will come and take out this buy side right now. I don't think there's very much saving going on here, but we will let the trade play out nevertheless, because I have actually done that before. I have like been so close to my stop loss and I got really emotional, so I closed the trade, and if I'd left it on it would have actually turned itself around and hit my TP, and from then I have never closed a trade early ever in my life, because you place a stop loss there for a reason, right? Like that, it's there because it should be a protected high, so you should never close it early, okay? Like don't do that. Is there a prop that allows TradingView integration? Yeah, like Alpha Futures allows you to trade through Tradeovate, which you can like access through TradingView. But these are TradingView integrated charts on Project X through Alpha Futures as well. But you can actually trade on the TradingView platform with Tradeovate. You just have to pick the option when you buy the account. You can choose between either like Project X or Tradeovate/NinjaTrader. So yeah. I want to see whether NQ took out that high. 202. Nope, did not. It did not. Yes. We'll be down 300 on the day because ES will have hit stop loss, as you can see. I don't know why that writing's changed. It looks really weird. I don't know about anyone else, but that looks really strange. It doesn't usually look like that, so that's kind of weird. But anyways. It's just a waiting game. When I first started trading, I honestly found being in drawdown really difficult. I found it really hard to sit and stare at a trade while in drawdown, like, because I could feel it in my heart, like my like heartbeat would be like quickening, and I'd find it really difficult to handle actually, being in drawdown. But I'm getting better at just sitting and watching it, letting the trade play out, because that was something I did. Like, I would close the trade early and not let it play out. Like, you have to let it play out and see what happens. Because you never know, like, your stop is there for a reason. So that's something I found particularly difficult when I first started out, but it's something I'm definitely getting better at, I feel. I think it just comes with practice and just seeing yourself be in red and then heading to green a few times. It kind of like makes you a bit more optimistic, I guess. But more time than not, I feel if I'm going to get stopped out, it happens pretty quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get stopped out here and this is just like a sell side raid, but we'll have to see. Who knows? Who knows what could happen, eh? Who knows what could happen? I wouldn't be too surprised if this just raids sell side and then heads to my TP, but you know. If this hits TP, I'll be so happy for you because that was fucking close. I know that was a close call to be fair, but I'm still a little bit skeptical about this right now, to be honest. I will say my faith is small, but I want to let the trade play out for my own sake. Because my model showed itself, this is the trade that I wanted. The one that I took on ES was not. The one that this actual trade is my model, so if this doesn't hit TP, like, it is what it is. The previous one on ES was, like, impulsive, and my stop loss was not where I wanted it to be, so I'm annoyed at myself about that one. But yeah. This one I'm happy with. If it loses, it is what it is. Thanks, Claudia. I'm off. Have an awesome week. Let's get the payout. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great week. Have a great week. Let everybody know what. I've been on here for 2 hours 10. This is my longest stream yet. But it's because I thought Powell was still speaking when he was actually off repeat. I can't believe that. I can't believe no one told me as well. Like, that's actually mortifying. How do we know when Powell is finished? The CNBC were just repeating him, but I didn't even know. Like, that's so embarrassing on my behalf, but I genuinely didn't know. Like, I find it confusing when he's speaking, to be honest. So confusing. This hits TP will be like just under break even on the day, so that would be nice. But I honestly don't deserve break even after that impulsive move on ES. So, you know, if I lose, it's well deserved because my psychology was. I was too emotional placing that trade. Like, you can watch the replay. I was too emotional. I was stuttering, wasn't super confident in it. I was entering a place I wasn't really comfortable with. You know, it is what it is. You try to, like, lie to yourself in the moment as well, and you're like, no, this is what I wanted, and it's like, is it? I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that, buddy. But we've learnt a lesson today. I'll be able to journal from it, so it still is beneficial, whether it hits my stop loss or not. So there you go. If this hits TP, I'll class it as a break even, right? But it still technically will be a loss. But if this hits stop loss, it will be my first loss of the stream series, which I think will actually be a relief off my shoulder because it's very, like, high pressure when I haven't taken a loss yet on stream, and this is like my 8th. I think it's my 7th or 8th. I'm honestly not sure. But that's kind of crazy that I haven't taken a loss. But 3 of them I didn't take a trade because price action was not giving me anything. So yeah, we've had a nice change in the state of delivery here. Oh no, we literally haven't. Once we have a change in the state of delivery there on the 1 minute, I'll be much more happy that we're going to head to sell side, but we haven't had that yet. But once we close below that, I will be a happy bunny. I missed some SMT to show where they want to go. What do you mean you missed it? What do you mean you missed SMT? I'm confused. I'm confused. Expecting that change in the state very nicely, which makes me cautious, to be honest. Makes me not very happy. I'll be real. Not what we want to see. Not what we want to see at all. Respected it again. Why would it do that to me? Please just trade below the change in the state of delivery. Please. Let's go on the 15 second. I mean, it closed below on the 15 seconds, so that's something, but I don't class it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, oops, oops. Close below the change of state. Close below the change of state, please. Pretty please. Pretty, 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 pretty please. What are you targeting? This is these equal lows down here on ES is what I'm targeting right now. I don't see any direction. Absorption going on and it will pump higher. What do you mean absorption? I don't know what that means. I don't like it when people say this is going on and this will happen. Unless you're the market maker, you don't know that. It might be what you observe from what price is presented you, but you don't know what's going to happen. Once you drop your ego, your perspective on the market changes a lot. It really does. Okay, we've had a 1 minute change in the state, which is obviously nice to know. It's slightly reassuring to some extent. Not had a 2 minute change in the state though. That's still being respected. However, could utilize this fair value gap, this inversion fair value gap to head lower. We just don't know yet. I just don't know, but I feel that this high didn't get swapped. That's definitely a nice place to keep my stop loss for now until we have some further clarification on what's going on. Sometimes, Claudia, you do clearly know. No, that's not true at all. But you can have your opinion for sure, but I think it's important that I don't agree with that because I don't agree that someone could know where the market is going. I agree that someone could expect the market to go somewhere based off their data, but you don't know where the market is going, and no one has an 100% win rate, so that's why. So that is why you don't know that. So yeah. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah. It's gonna hit TP. I wish it would just do it already because it's honestly just so annoying to watch. I'm so hungry. I am so hungry. What's everyone had for tea? Let me know. I love hearing what everyone eats for dinner. I feel like it says a lot about their personality. It really does. What's your win rate? I don't know. On my funded account, it's like 52% or something. But August, I had so many losses in August, honestly. August was not a good month for me trading-wise. At all. At all, at all, at all. When you can see with the lens of certain times, you can see how a candle behaves, and then it's kind of easy. Okay. We can agree to disagree, I guess. Spaghetti with chicken. Oh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. This is just chopping around now, to be honest. Like, the price either needs to go one way or another, and I think at 3 o'clock that will probably happen. Did you read Traders in the Zone by Mark Douglas? I did. It's a really, really good book. I would highly recommend reading it if you haven't already. It's really good for trading psychology. It opens your eyes a lot, especially as a beginner. For me, like, it did really, really help. It really did. First half of August was pretty good for me, but in the end lost more by risking more. Oh, that's tough. I hope you journaled that extensively. I think if this change in the state here holds, I think will be good. I'd be a lot more reassured for sure. This change in the state right there. If we get a close below that, I would feel pretty happy, but who knows? Price can reverse on you at any time. ES can be very unpredictable at the best of times. Just want to keep an eye on NQ, see what's going on here. ES is definitely more bearish, I think. Please close below my change in the state. Please close below my change in the state. Thank you. Thank you, trading gods. If I recover from this and hit TP, that would be actually pretty sick to catch on stream, to be honest. But who knows? We could just be trading into this bullish fair value gap to then head and take buy side. Who knows, eh? Who knows what the next 15 minutes will bring? Not me. Not me. When we take this out, I'm going to move my stop down a bit, I think. And then when we take this out, I'm going to go break even. Oops. Oops, oops. Just touch that change in the state perfectly. ES honestly moves so much cleaner than NASDAQ sometimes. Like, look at that. Literally touch that change in the state. So clean. So clean, so nice. So clean, so nice. This trade, if this trade hits, it honestly is my bad that it was break even. I thought Powell was still trading, was still speaking, so I didn't enter on my actual model. My actual model, my entry would have been, let me show you. My entry would have been on this change in the state right there. So my entry would have been there. Right there on that candle, when that candle closed is where I would have entered. With my stop at the same position, obviously targeting down here. So it would have been a higher risk to reward trade if I knew that CNBC just repeated Powell's speech, but I didn't know that. So there you go. It is what it is. We've learned a lot today, specifically about Powell's speeches. I need to figure out how to know when they're over, because clearly I did not have a clue. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, I'm just going to remove that because like at this low here, I would usually move my stop down, but I'd literally be moving it to right there. So like, what? No, I still will. Conserving capital. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. I'm British. She's British. Honestly, guys, I'm so hungry. I really hope this trade hits soon because I just really want dinner. It's like nearly 8 p.m. here. God bless me. God bless me. God bless me. How are we doing subscribers wise on the channel? Let's have a little look. We're on 755 subscribers. That's so sick. That's actually so sick. I love that. That makes me so happy. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Once this low gets taken, I'm going to move my stop to this high, even though it will save me like, what, $15? I'm still just going to do it because it's part of my model. Really? We're edging that low, are we? Okay. Okay, babe. That's okay. You do you. I definitely don't want to go eat or anything. Oh, I see, because I heard you speak Norwegian on some stream. Maybe I was bugging. No, I don't speak Norwegian. I don't know who you've seen, but it wasn't me. It was not me. Who's bored of watching this? Because I am. Just choose where you're going, babe. I've got time for this. I've got dinner to eat. And I've run out of things to say, which doesn't happen often, but I've been on stream for nearly 2.5 hours, so I really have run out of things to say. Like, I'm very close to it. Look for SMT with your break-even level. It saved me so many times. That's a good point, to be fair. This is my break-even level right here. The 141. Yeah, we're still good. We're still good. Low-key ES so slow. Nasdaq is slow right now as well, to be honest. I think 3 o'clock should speed things up, hopefully. We will hope. I'll just see the 30-second time frame. Okay, we took the low, so I'm just gonna move my stop down to this high, just for procedures. Procedures. Can you say Fanta Light, bruv? Can I have a Fanta Light, bruv? Oh. Oh dear. Okay, we seem to be speeding up a little bit coming into 3 o'clock, which is nice because I just either want to like be out of this or hit TP. Honestly, not bothered. I just don't want to sit in this anymore because it's actually just getting annoying. Like, please hurry up. Hurry up. What's to say boss man at the start? Boss man. Oh, I've seen this, I think. That's so funny. Boss man, can I get a Fanta Light, bruv? Please don't clip that. It'll like ruin my day. It really will. You know, some guy, I was on TikTok Live, right, and some guy was like, oh, please let me join. I want to ask you a question. And I was like, okay. He joined and he asked me, I can't remember what he asked me. He asked me some shit like, can I fill your fair value gap? And I went, ugh. And then he clipped me saying, ugh, but it like kind of sounded like something else. You can probably like use your imagination. And that video bugs me to this day, and I thought he might have taken it down because it didn't actually get many views, but he hasn't. So that's something that I've just got to like deal with that's on the internet, which is great. Love that for me. What's everyone else having for tea? Only one person told me what they're having for tea. That sounds distressing for real. It really was. Do you know that UK guy who says that, who goes big man ting, yeah, and he says Fanta Light bruv? I heard the Fanta Light bruv thing a while ago, but I can't remember where I saw it. but it was like a bit of like a trend a while ago, but I can't remember. Big man ting yeah is like some really old UK like meme. I don't even know who says that. I have no idea. UK have got some weird language. If you're from a different country and you hear like a roadman speak for the first time, I reckon you'd have a stroke. Like in person, if you're not from the UK and you hear. So just to put this into perspective, right? I live in an area of the UK where it's pretty nice. Like no, there's not many people around who are in poverty. There's the odd person in the area. So we're like a 40-minute drive out from the city centre, okay? So there's not like many homeless people around. Like it's pretty nice. Went to a school where you had like a mix of different people because there's a few like council estates around here. But there's also like towns which are super, super rich and like millions and millions of pound houses there. So it was a bit of a mix between people, right? And when I tell you, but 90% of this school were raised middle class, okay? The UK effect, the UK roadman effect, here's what happened. The UK roadman effect caused boys who were raised in a middle class environment to result in talking in some accent that like represented roadman. And they would also they would start gang fights between schools and they would like dress up in like black tracksuits and like coats. UK schools, I can't explain them to you. You have to be there to understand what's going on, basically. You just have to be there. They don't make any sense. You just have to be there to understand the extent of like these middle class boy children who are like 15 but they're pretending that they are like in gangs and like they've gone through such a rough childhood, so that's why they are the way they are. Like, so a girl in my school a few years younger than me got stabbed by a boy who was brought up in a middle class family. What? Like it's so bizarre. I couldn't even tell you the social science of it, like the psychology behind it. I don't know. I don't get it either. I honestly don't understand. It makes absolutely zero sense why that's the thing. Looks like we're gonna get stop break even here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I've seen these memes that go around saying you can't park there. Oh my gosh, they are so funny. That was like a running joke between me and my friend at uni, because when she got drunk she used to just wee in random places and I would like run up to her with my phone like filming her and say, "You can't park there, wolf." So funny. That's like one of the UK's best memes in my opinion. The UK has got some stinky memes. Ew, oh my god, I've never seen that ever again. Okay, we stop break even. Oh, it is what it is. I'm just happy to be out of that trade, to be honest. That could have gone a lot worse than it did. We took a $300 loss, it is what it is. We're just like back and forth on this account, honestly. Like, look at this. We are just back and forth, like 300 win, 300 loss, 300 loss, 300 win, 300. We're back and forth, honestly. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off because it is 8 p.m. here and I am just wanting to go and eat. But thank you guys so much for joining me and being with me for 2.5 hours of me just like not really doing anything, me just yapping really. First loss on the stream, pretty disappointing, but it is what it is. It was inevitable to happen at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I will be live next week on the Thursday, not the Tuesday, as I'm busy on the Tuesday, but we'll still be doing a live next week, so make sure to tune in. I'll be giving another account away as usual. So yeah, thanks so much guys for tuning in and I will see you next week hopefully.